Well, we can make a start, and we're going to do that by coming to lie down, as is a bit of a running theme at the moment. So just taking your time as you come to find your lying down position. It doesn't matter if you've got the knees bent up or the legs are out straight. Just as you lie down, just letting everything settle. Tuning into the breath. Having that chin tucked in, just the back of the neck is long. And just allowing the body to become heavy and still on the mat. Do you tune into each breath? Do you observe as the chest rises? And then gently with each exhale as the chest lowers. And just tuning into this rhythm of your breath. Do you focus only on the breath? Just allowing any thoughts that enter the mind to drift away. And just being calm, still, and content. This might be the first time today you've just slowed down, zoning it all out. And just over time, noticing each breath as it gently lengthens. And then, let's just focus the attention on the breath as we combine it with movement. So as we bring the arms by the sides, palms facing down. Do you inhale, reaching those arms up overhead, maybe onto the floor behind you. As you exhale, so those hands come all the way back down. It's breath by breath as you work this way. Inhale, slowly reaching over for a gentle stretch out. And exhaling, back down. Now this time as you go over, you can combine the feet as well if you want. So as you inhale, reaching the hands over, flex the toes away from the body as well. As we inhale, the hands back down to the side, the toes back up. Then let's just do one more. Inhaling, arms over, toes flexed. As we exhale, toes up, arms down. Just leaving them here for a breath or two. And then leaving the toes. So we're only going to inhale, reaching the arms up and over. But keep them here when they're over. Now, you can interlock the fingers. And if you wish, you can point the wrists away from you. Only if you want. Reaching them out, getting a nice stretch through the body. And then combining with the breath, we're just going to take a side stretch. So working the core as we exhale. Can we just curl around to one side so the arms reach out, maybe the legs. So we inhale to center and exhale across to the other side. Not holding as we inhale back, working both sides again. Exhaling across, you're almost becoming like a half moon. Inhale to center. Exhale, other side. Now as we inhale back, staying here for a breath. As we exhale, the arms back down by our sides. Just making sure the shoulders are dropped as well. And then we'll work it into the neck. So you can just gently roll the head from side to side. As we ease into the neck muscles. It's for a gentle stretch around. And in your time, when the head comes over to one side, you can just leave it here for a breath. Now, if you wish, the head still to the side, you can inhale as one arm reaches up and over. And just see if you notice just the freeing in that side. And then exhale. Arm back down by the side. As we inhale the head to center. Exhaling the head to the opposite side. As we inhale, reaching the opposite arm over. As we exhale, arm down. Inhaling the head to center. And then we'll hug both of these knees in together. Whether you hug over the knees or around the thighs, it's your choice. Just giving the knees a gentle squeeze in. The shoulders are still dropped. Just observing the lower back pressing onto the mat. And then maybe if you want, you can have a gentle rock from side to side, massaging the lower spine. As you roll one way, the head may look the opposite way if you like. Lovely. And then we inhale back to center. Exhaling these arms out to shoulder height. Palms facing up. And then before we move, let's just work the core. So let's send these knees above the hips, the legs facing out. That chin is still tucked in. On your next exhale, allowing these knees to roll onto the floor on any side. Perhaps looking over the opposite shoulder, only if it's comfortable. Observing the breath in this open lung. With each exhale, just releasing into the twist. Just allowing time and the breath to ease you around. And then, working the core again. Can we inhale, drawing these knees back up? Other side. As we exhale over. Maybe looking over this opposite shoulder. Observing the breath in this open lung. And again as we release around on this side. As we inhale, slowly back to center. Just checking these knees are above the hips. Now, the arms can stay here, or you can move them if you like. Just going to work into the core again. So on your exhale, one leg only. Can we send that leg out? Doesn't matter if the leg is straight or not. Inhale it back. As you exhale the other one. In the fitness world, I think this is bicycle legs. Inhaling to center, other side. Each breath. But as this is yoga, we're taking this slowly. So you exhale out, inhale back, other side. If that's your second round done, we'll do a third. Exhale, reaching out, working this core. Inhaling back, and the opposite leg. And as you come back, let's just hug these knees in. Gentle squeeze, maybe a rock around the lower back. And then let's open the hips. So on an inhale this time, taking a hold of each knee individually. So you draw it out and up to the sides of the chest. Breathing in here and just feeling the release. And then in your time, you can bring these knees back together. You can inhale, hugging around the thighs. So you get ready to either rock yourself up to sit, or rolling over to one side. If you're rocking up, it's taking it slow, massaging all the way through the spine. And then eventually coming up to your seated position. Here as you find that spine long and light. Sit on any props or blocks if you wish. And then just for a challenge, in your seated position, let's just cross these legs the other way. So crossing them the wrong way around. Just challenge the balance. Setting yourself up. Again, chin tucked in, shoulders dropping. We find the spine long and light. As we work all the way through the neck. So inhaling that length. As we exhale, looking up. Inhaling back to center. As we exhale, tucking the chin, looking down. And inhale back. As we draw an ear to a shoulder. Stretching the side. Inhale back. And other side to your breath. And when you're back, if you want, you can just roll that neck around. Bring the shoulders in as well if you like. And then eventually coming back to your comfortable seated position. Of that spine long and light. As we move it into the sides. So one arm, inhaling that up. That reaches up. As we exhale, crawling the other palm out, bending over to this side. As much or as little as you like. Not holding. Inhale. Back up. This arm floats down. Other side. Inhaling the opposite side. As we exhale, crawling the fingers out, bending over. Now this time, if you want, you can inhale as you lift both arms. Exhale to the other side. One palm down. Doesn't matter if the elbow is straight or bent. Inhale back. And second side. And then final round. So inhaling back. Then we exhale over. We're going to hold it this time. So you exhale down, releasing that side stretch. And the inhale, maybe you reach this top arm a little more. Releasing with the exhale. Maybe you come onto the elbow. Then other side. Inhale up. As we exhale across. Reaching over. Doesn't matter where this palm on the floor is. Maybe inhale, you reach the top arm. We exhale, giving in. And then back. Inhaling back. Both arms up. And then we're going to twist. So exhale across to any side. One palm may come on the thigh. The back palm tucking close into the thighs. Now as you inhale, finding this length up in the chest. Maybe exhale, looking over the back shoulder. Releasing into this twist. And on our inhale, let's come to the other side. As we inhale up, exhaling to the other side. Gently over. Palm close into the hips. Inhaling this length up in our chest. Exhaling, looking over this back shoulder. As we inhale, back up to center. Palms together. Bringing everything back to heart center. Shoulders dropping. And then from here, we can work our way through to all fours. Whether you roll over these knees or come any other way that's comfortable for you. And just taking your time as you find the all four position. Just want these knees under the hips and the wrists under the shoulders. Just finding this length in the spine. And then we'll work in cat. So as we inhale, curling from the base of the spine, as we look up to the ceiling. As we exhale, again curling from the base, as we look down or through the legs. Breath by breath. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Working our way through the spine as we compress the discs and make space. Just using this as a diagnostic tool. So you work your way vertebrae by vertebrae. And the last one. When we've worked evenly, we'll just sink everything back into your child position. Sending the heels towards the hips, but make it comfortable for you. Maybe you need to widen the knees. The hips can be higher. The arms either reaching out in front, elbows on the mat, or the arms by your side. Just allowing that chest and head to just sink through to the mat. Just allowing everything to settle. Tuning into that breath as we observe where we've worked. And then, with the arms in front, perhaps reaching them forward just a little touch more, not overstretching. As we inhale, lifting the palms up just so we're on our fingertips. You might just feel that widen around the shoulder blades. And then in your time, just exhaling those palms down. And slowly inhale. Back up to our all four position. As we get ready to lift into dog. So from here, in your time, let's tuck those toes under. As we inhale, powering through the legs, lifting the hips up to the ceiling. As we sink that chest and head through. Just giving the head a little wiggle just so it's nice and loose. And then maybe if you wish, you can walk from foot to foot. So one heel lowers and then the other. Stretching into the back of those legs. And then in your time, as we slow the walking down, you can step it forward to a forward fold. As you walk the feet to the hands, and the hands to the feet. Just allowing everything to hang nice and loose. Now it doesn't matter if the arms are hanging, you're holding the ankles, or maybe you're holding the elbows. But just really allowing this lower back to release. And then we're just going to help it a little bit. So allowing those arms to hang. As we inhale, we're just going to come to a flat back position, drawing the palms up towards the knees, head looking down. And as you exhale, sigh the breath away as we fold back down. And we'll do that twice more. Inhale and lift. Exhale and sigh. Final one. And just hanging in stillness for a few breaths. Observing the difference. And then slowly, just inhale as we curl up to stand. Coming up slowly, so the last thing that's up is our shoulders and then our head. When you're up, just planting those feet on the mat. Finding yourself nice and tall. Do you tune into that breath? Finding that calm and stillness. Sorry, it all looks nice and tidy on this side, but behind the camera it's quite the opposite. Nice and tall. Shoulders dropped, arms by the side. And just settling yourselves into our standing. Inhale, reaching these arms up. You can look up if you like, palms together. Exhaling down through heart center. Once more. Now, as you inhale up, if you're looking up, you might have a gentle back bend. So we exhale down. Now, same move. Inhale up. But when these palms come together, if you wish, you can exhale. Separating the palms, gentle back bend. Inhaling back. Exhale. Back down to heart center. These palms drop. Give the wrists a rotate if you like. Maybe the shoulders a little shake. Just do what you need to do. Maybe even those ankles. Keeping the balance. And then I'm going to work through a wee little sequence. Just to get everything nice and warm. So you probably want to be around about mid-mat. Let's make a start. So we're going to come into chair first. So a big inhale, scooping these arms up. Exhale, let's sink these hips down. As if you're sitting on an imaginary stool. Ooh, balanced, of course. Now as we hold, with each inhale nice and tall in this chest, maybe exhale as you lower down. Our thighs should be nice and warm now. And then, next exhale, we're going to scoop it all down to a forward fold. So exhaling down. For a brief moment of pause. As we inhale, back up into our stand. As we get ready to come into warrior one. So stepping one foot forward, the other foot back. Front toes forward. The hips are facing forward and the back toes slightly bent in. Inhaling those arms up again. And exhale, bending this front knee. Now there's an awful lot going on here. So with each exhale, these hips are almost lowering. Inhaling the breath up as these arms reach. You have quite a strong back bend going on. And then, if you like, so the arm that is not the same side as the front leg. Exhale, as that reaches back. You can take a hold of the back leg. If you want, you can look up. Lovely. And then, let's exhale. Can we swing it all forward? Doesn't matter if the tummy comes onto this thigh. So we're in a very high lunge. So can we lower this lunge down? You can walk that back foot back. Maybe you drop that back knee. Ever your choice, just keeping this ankle and knee in the front in a nice straight line. And then we need to make a bit more space. So bringing this back, not more space, less space. Bringing the back foot back, high lunge again. As we inhale back up, straightening the front leg. Exhaling the hands onto the hips. The shoulders nice and dropped. And then let's awaken the leg. So, tapping the hips, exhale. Spine is still lengthened. Now you might go far, you might not go very far at all. But as we hold it here, with each inhale, finding length in the spine. Maybe you exhale and release. Maybe this is where you stay. It should be quite a strong stretch on the back of the front leg. As we inhale, slowly back up. You can step these feet back together. having a nice little shake out. And that was one side. So as you get ready, you can take a sip of water if you want. And then in your time, getting ready again. So standing nice and tall. Inhale, scooping the arms up. Exhale as we sink these hips down. Now as we hold our chair, breathing in tall in the chest. Maybe exhale and sink. Warming the thighs up on this side. Next exhale, scooping it all down to a forward fold. Allowing the spine to release. And just taking a few moments as you catch your breath. As we inhale, coming up to stand slowly. Ready for warrior one. As we step the other foot out in front. The back toes back, those toes pointing in. Hips pointing forward. Inhale, arms up again. As we exhale, so that front knee bends. Now in this warrior, allow these shoulders to drop. With each inhale, finding this length in the chest. Maybe exhale as those hips sink. And then, no, other side. No. Right. So the arm that's not your same side as your front leg, exhaling it down. We can hold this back leg. You can inhale, looking up and reach if you like. And then let's exhale, swinging it all down into our high lunge. Then in time you can wiggle that back foot back. Doesn't matter if the back knee is on the floor or not. In our lunge. Releasing into the hips and this back thigh. And then let's come up. So let's shorten this stance into our high lunge. We inhale up. Exhaling these hands onto the hips. So stretch this front leg. So with these shoulders dropped. Just exhale. We tip forward. As much or as little as you need. Maybe you bend this front knee. With each inhale, finding the length in the spine. Maybe exhaling down a little further. And then let's inhale. Back up. Stepping it in. We can wiggle it all off. Grab that sip of water if you need. And then we'll just settle everything down. So back in our standing. His feet really nice and planted. Same again. Inhale, palms together up above. And move as slow as your breath. Exhaling down to heart center. And once more. Just seeing how this move focuses our attention back and settles the body. And then the arms can come by the side. And with these feet, I'm just going to zigzag them out. So we're going to come nice and wide. Now, it's maybe a leg distance apart. It's maybe wider. And you have the option, these toes are maybe out at 30, 45 degrees or pointing forward. Finding this length up in the chest. As we exhale, hands on hips, tipping forward to halfway. If these knees need to bend, then they absolutely can. Halfway, just finding this length in the spine. Then exhale, sinking it all down. These hands can find the floor if you like. Maybe the ankles, or maybe holding the elbows. I'm just feeling that release. And if you're not, just take a gentle bend in those knees. And then from here, can we walk these palms forward? So we're going to keep these hips in line with the ankles. And with the palms, just gently walking them forward. So it's similar to downward dog. But obviously the legs are wide. Allowing that chest and head to sink through. Again, the knees are either straight or bent. So we lengthen the spine, releasing the hips, work into the thighs, strengthen the ankles. And then slowly, as inhale, as we draw these palms back in. Now it doesn't matter if you're on your palms or your fingertips or fists. But in your time, as we exhale, can we just walk over to one side? So as you exhale, gently walking the palms over. Now the side you're going to, that knee is probably inevitably going to bend. Just let that happen. We're not going to hold. So as we inhale to center, exhaling across to the other side. One more round. Inhaling to center. And exhaling across. Final side. Exhale over. As we inhale back to center. For a final round as we hold it this time though. So let's exhale over. Now, as we're holding, you might have the palms on the inside of the foot. If you want, palm closest to the foot maybe goes under and on the outside. Now, absolutely maybe doesn't. In this move, finding the length in the opposite leg and in the spine. We work the thighs and hips. Now, as we inhale back to center and across to the other side. Exhaling over. As before, the palm closest to the foot can stay on the inside or maybe goes under the leg on the outside. Releasing in here. And then inhale back to center. You can just fold down in your comfortable position for a breath or two if you wish. And then in time, let's slowly inhale it back up to our stand or we can zigzag or big step these feet in. All a little shake and loosen off. And then let's work into our balance. So settling yourself into your standing position. You can just lift all the toes up on the inhale. You exhale, spreading them down. And repeating if you want. Exhale and spread. And if you wish, you can have a wall just an arm distance apart. If you're not, let's inhale as we lift one heel up. Breathing in nice and tall out of the hips. You can lift this knee up in front, whether you hold it or it hangs itself. Give this ankle a little rotate around, going both ways. Then exhale, this knee out to the side. You have this other arm as a counterbalance. Now breathing in up into the chest, it helps center the gravity. And if you're ready, let's tuck the foot in, whether it's up high, maybe the toes are touching the floor, or anywhere in between. Just don't have this heel on the knee. When you find your stillness, you can slowly inhale, opening as we reach up. Exhaling these palms down to heart center. That's it. And to help with your balance, quite strongly, you can press these wrists together. The shoulders dropped. With each breath, breathing in taller. You root it down through the standing foot. Tuning into the breath. Calming the mind. And then slowly exhale as we unravel. Back to our standing. So get ready for the other side. Planting these feet again. And when you're ready, let's inhale as we peel one heel up. Nice and tall. And then we can lift this knee up in front if you wish. Giving the ankle a rotate if you did last time. And then exhaling as we open out to the side. Have this other arm as a balance. And if you're ready and still, tuck that foot in, whether it's high or low. Taking your time to find the position. When you are, slowly inhale, reaching up, these palms come together. As we exhale it down to heart center. These shoulders drop. With each breath, breathing in out of the standing foot all the way up. You exhale, rooting it all the way back down. That's it. And then exhale. Slowly unravel. Everything a nice little rotate off and shake if you wish. And then we'll get ready. So we come down to the mat. So we're going to come to lying down via downward dog and then all fours. So from our standing, we're going to slowly exhale to a forward fold. As we tuck the chin, round the shoulders, Bend the knees. And using the brakes as abdominals. Slowly curling down. Feeling through each of those vertebrae in the spine. Then your forward fold. Just hanging for a breath or two. Feeling that release again. And then in time, planting those palms, stepping the feet back as we send these hips up into the sky, into our dogs. The chest and the head sinking through, nice and loose. You can enjoy the stillness, or maybe have a walk from foot to foot. And then in your time, we'll just exhale down to all fours, sinking the hips back into our child position and adjusting so it's comfortable for you. That chest and head sinking to the mat. Just letting everything settle. Mind emptying. Tuning into the breath. You observe where you've worked. Finding that calm and stillness. And that inner peace. And in your time, inhaling back up to our all fours. Again with these wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. As we work into cat pose. Inhale, curling from the base as we look up. As we exhale, curling as we look down at the mat, through the legs. Breath by breath. And observing the difference in this move now. And when we've worked evenly, we come back to our flat back, ready to lie down. So, you can come any other way if you like, or you can cross the ankles. You roll over them. Bringing the feet roughly to the front of the mat. With these legs nice and loosely bent. Spine lengthened. As we inhale these arms up. And then slowly exhale. Working the core as you peel the spine down. Vertebrae by vertebrae. When you're down, checking the chin is tucked in so the back of the neck is long. Palms by the side. And just bringing the heels quite close into the hips. And we'll work with pelvic tilting. So as you inhale, just a fraction, peeling the hips off the mat. You exhale down. Breath by breath. Inhale. Powering the legs, just slowly lift the hips up. You exhale down. And as you do this, you inhale up. And the natural curve of the lower spine flattens on the mat. As you exhale down, that natural curve returns. And then when you next lower down, leaving the hips down. Just hugging those knees in towards the chest, whether over the knees or around the thighs. You can have a gentle rock if you wish. Just massaging around this lower back. If the knees go one way, you can look over the opposite shoulder if you like. And then, as we come back to center in stillness, keeping the knees where they are, inhaling these arms out to shoulder height. As we exhale, the knees across to any side. So similar twist to the start. The legs are in a different position. And it just changes the move slightly. Perhaps you look over the opposite shoulder. Observing the breath in this open lung. And that gentle twist going on within the spine. And as we inhale, back to center. And exhaling across to the other side. And we settle on this side for a few breaths. And then inhaling back, knees to center, and keep the arms out for the moment as we inhale, sending the legs up into the air. Now there can be as much a bend so that they can just hang in stillness. Chin still tucked in. Now just gently press the lower back onto the mat. Your next inhale, you can bring the arms up to join. In time, you might like to rotate them off. It's being sure to go both ways. And then, giving it all a nice loose shake off. As we inhale, bringing the arms through the legs. As we take a hold of the outer edges of the feet, drawing the knees out and up to the sides. Either in stillness or a gentle rock. And then from here, slowly in an exhale, you can come down to find your relaxation position. Whether those knees are bent up or flat out on the mat. The arms either by the sides or gently resting on the body. Just settling in here. It's feeling the connection between you and the mat. You tune back in to the rhythm of your breath. An expansion of the chest on the inhale. And it contracts on the exhale. And focusing only on this. Just allowing the mind to empty. And then we'll gently guide the breath around the body, starting at the crown of the head. As we inhale energy, the exhale releasing any tension. As we move to the forehead, eyes and nose, mouth and cheeks, chin, jaw and ears, front and back of the neck, shoulders and collarbone, elbows, wrists, front and back of the palms, fingers, front and back of the chest, the ribs and mid-back, tummy and lower back, hips and pelvic floor, thighs, knees, calves and shin, ankles and heels, balls of the feet, and toes. The whole body. The whole body. Gently drawing your attention back to this moment. As you hear the sounds, the earth beneath you, you can give the toes and fingers a little wiggle, bringing movement back to the body. If you wish, you can hug the knees in towards the chest, whether rocking or enjoying the stillness. And then in time, gently exhaling over to any side for a brief moment of pause. Do you open the eyes here? Then lifting yourself up to your comfortable seated position. Do you find the spine long and light? When you're settled, you can inhale, reaching these arms up, palms together. As we exhale it all back to heart center, bowing our heads here. Namaste.